Hey, this is Anthony from RevZilla. Watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Dainese Stripes D1 leather jacket, available at RevZilla.com. New for spring of 17, this is the Stripes D1. This is the successor to the Stripes Evo C2. Before I even tell you all the things that I like better about the Stripes D1, I'm just happy that we don't ever have to say Stripes Evo C2 again, which in my opinion, the name is just too long. Now, from Dainese, here's what I like coming out of the gates. You're looking at a 3-season, warm weather, Batman-esque, blacked out, perforated, sport-oriented leather jacket from Dainese, and it came down 50 bucks. So it used to be in the mid-6s, now it's coming in right around the $600 mark. And again, it still has a premium hand. It's a bit of a, I wanna call it more of a vintage-inspired design with the look of the leather. It's gonna be about 1.0 mil grade. So again, 1 millimeter leather here. But again, they've changed enough about this jacket that in my opinion, outside of the fact that it's come down and become a little bit more attainable from a pricing standpoint, I do really like it. So, composite armor, you have a mixture of street leather as well as nubuck or suede, which has stitching in it from a style standpoint. The sueding used to go across the chest. It was laid out differently. This is a much cleaner look. And keep in mind, for the new Stripes D1, only the perforated version. Perf on the front, perf on the back, and it also has a full sleeve removable thermal liner. So, spring riding all summer with the liner out, and in the fall you can begin to stretchy edges. So if you're a sport commuter or a sport rider that rides when it gets a little nippy out, you're going to have more flexibility here with the Stripes D1. Now, quick note on fitment. Disco Donnie to my left, 5'9", 160, 38, 39-inch chest. He's wearing a size 50, and this would be his size. He could not go down a size here. So we felt that this, especially with the composite armor in it, fits a big snug. And this might be my only gripe with this jacket, truly my only gripe, is if we look at it, it has more of that broad-shouldered sport aggressive stance to it. It's definitely more of a sport fit, but when you put the composite in versus the Pro Shape, again, it becomes a little bit more aggressive. With Pro Shape, it might be a cleaner line. He might be able to go down a size and have it fit more snugly, but there's no way that he's getting his frame into this jacket. Again, even with a 38, 39-inch chest with the elbow and composite shoulder armor versus the Pro Shape, which is lower profile. Now, use the size chart. We'll ship for free over 39 bucks. If you want to click our logo and subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel, leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new Stripes D1. Now, if we dive back into the jacket itself, let's talk about some of the nuance. Basic pockets across the top, hand warmer pockets down along the sides. We've talked about the nubuck or the suede panel, and when you turn him backwards, not yet their base, you're going to see across the back you have more nubuck, more suede. It's really a nice styling feature that just adds to the flavor and sophistication of the jacket. If we look up here at the top towards the collar, it's a sport style collar. It has a 2-snap adjuster, and on the inside of the collar, you're going to see it's a textile that wicks. It's a little softer, again, to give you more flexibility knowing you might be riding in colder times of the year. Again, it's meant to be that great crossover of a functional sport leather without getting in the way of itself, but again, knowing where it needs to trade off between style as well. We look at the inside of the arms, your basic Dainese pulls, it's your snap, it's your zipper. Again, leather behind the zipper there, perforation on the inside of the arms for better airflow. And I will call this out too, front and back and on the insides, you're going to see that it's localized perf. And localized perf means the perforation stops probably about 1/4 of an inch before the stitching. And what that does is it allows two perforated or two areas with holes in the leather to not meet up. So again, that whenever you either perf or stitch leather, you're putting holes in it, it weakens it. You're giving yourself an area, again, of non-stitch, non-perf to just make sure you're staying a little bit safer and you're adding to the stretch and the strength of those seams. Turn the face away from me there. Good, sir. If we look at the composite armor, CE level composite armor, it's big, beefy, legit sport armor in this leather jacket. In the shoulders, in the elbows, reinforced zones here on the elbows. You can see it goes all the way down the forearm. I mean, his armor goes all the way down that far. That is massive armor. That is clearly a choice from Dainese as they're getting into this realm of a more sport and aggressive oriented jacket. No perf on the inside of the lat, dual snap down along the waist. Again, very basic adjustment down here. Disco, turn backwards for me. If we turn him to the back, you're going to see is a little bit of room to move here. And again, that's part of the fit scheme here on this jacket. He could absolutely upgrade the back protection to a Wave G2 or something like the Manus G2, but it's not going to come with a back protector. Remember, there is going to be that thermal lining. And then across the back, I really like what they've done. Big horizontal panel of the sueded material. It's sueded leather, that nubuck. And you're also going to have the stitched Dainese logo, which just keeps it really clean. But also, for those of you that know they're going to notice this jacket, they're going to get it right out of the gates that it is Big D out of Italy. Come back around to the front for me there, Rob. Unsnap it and zip it. So we look at the guts. So I will call this out. Now, they did come down about $50 in the price, really thinking through this Stripes jacket. And one of the things we saw here is the full sleeve thermal liner. I'll tell you, the previous thermal liner actually had a little bit more of a luxurious feel to it. It did. It was quilted differently and had a different liner feel to it. This liner is going to be just fine, again, but that's one of the places that they were able to save from on the luxuriousness of the thermal liner, and they really allowed you to save some cash thinking through the lens of, is it really worth it? Or can we make the jacket a little bit more accessible for the everyday rider by saving them some coin? If we look at it, it's a diamond thermal pattern. Remember, it's full sleeve. And the inside of the jacket, you're going to see 360-degree zip, basic sanitized mesh liner, and we already talked about the collar, which is going to be wicking and which is going to be soft. Again, on this side, we should see a little bit of some pockets going on here, Napoleon pocket, and you should be good to go. There you go. You can zip that back up. So remember, this is the new Stripes D1 from Dainese. Plays in that Batman-esque, a more mid-range price point from them, using some vintage style features, but again, giving that perforation. Snap the collar for me there, sir. There you go. The next step in your journey there is click the info button on your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com. Read other rider reviews in the Stripes D1. You should not just take my word for it. As always, we're shipped for over $39. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion on the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.